Hey y'all, Doc here bringing you the next video in our lineup. This is our very first impressions of the Staccato line series. Andrew and I had collectively 15-20 rounds through each of these handguns, so this is not an exhaustive review by any means. That being said, hope you all enjoy.
Alright, we got the Staccato C. We're going to start out talking about the Staccato C. So, for me, I don't really have any lost love here for the C. I think it's a higher end steel frame or handgun, 8 rounds of 9mm. Nothing really strikes me that, hey, I got to run out and purchase this. I definitely wouldn't make this my starter. I mean, I guess if I had just extreme dedication to the company, I wanted a single stack 9mm and money wasn't an issue, I'd probably go for this. But at $1,700, I can't say I'd be willing to jump in there on this.
Yeah, absolutely. In my mind, this is basically a single stack 1911. The capacity is not there for me. The price is a non-starter. It's not something I would conceal carry. It was a good shooting gun, no doubting that, but I'm not going to go out and purchase one. Going on to the C2, this is your 2011 design. This isn't your single stack 1911 anymore. You get your 16 round capacity there. It was a good shooting gun, absolutely. I shot both red dot sight, and I believe that was a loophole delta point on the C2, and of course also shot it with irons. It shot fine. I've got no complaints with the gun. The trigger was good on it. The gun felt well balanced in my hand. I'm not a huge 1911 fan, but honestly, I felt this was way more comfortable.
I agree with what Doc said on the C2. Coming in at $2,500 though, you got to have some serious considerations about doing this. It looks like the same trigger, about 4 pounds, that we had in the C, and we're coming in at a 4-inch barrel for this. So I'm kind of indifferent on this. I might would go with the P over the C, but we'll get there. So go ahead and jump on into the P. So the P is a 4.5-inch bull barrel, and this is where we come in on capacity. I'm a capacity junkie, so we now have the option to go up to 20 round mag. Now we can interchange, much like the Glock relationship you have with the 1719. The C's can run P mags. Obviously the P's can't run C's because of it being shorter, so they do have that interchangeability there if you happen to decide to go out and start your own little Staccato family. But again, price point, we're here at $2,000. They do have a P Duo, which is already slotted for an optic. I thought the P shot really well, and it might have been the longer barrel, but it was lasering. What about you, Doc?
Yeah, I think of the line here, I think the P is my second favorite. It shot well, the trigger was fine. In many ways, it's not that much different than the C2, but it just has some subtle differences that I think overall make it a better gun for me. Overall, it would certainly be my personal pick as the essential starting point for a Staccato line for me to go out and buy.
And I think it would also be my only carry choice. Doc, I guess you should probably start with the XL. You got some love for this.
Of all of the guns that we shot today, I think by far the XL is my favorite. It shot very well for me. I really like the iron sights on it. I thought it was an excellent shooting gun, and I do think there's a step up in the price. I mean, we're talking $3,400 versus the C2 running at $2,500, or the P series in the 2000s as well. It's a step up, but you can also kind of feel it when you go to shoot that gun. You can feel a difference there. But how did you think about it, Andrew?
The trigger was everything. It's same capacity as the P. I hope we got some footage being able to show it. Everything I pointed at was just, it was crazy. I don't know that I've ever picked up a handgun like that before on my very first attempt and just been that natural at laying down the steel. It was great. It was absolutely great. So this is the last one we're going to go into, and it was a tough battle, I won't lie, but the Staccato XC 5-inch barrel, same capacity as before, with a 2.5 pound trigger. I don't even know how to put into words how to describe the trigger. All the triggers in Staccatos are good, in my opinion, but there's virtually no take up, and as soon as you break the plane, that first shot is out and you're already ready to move to the next one. I can see the reason as to why Staccatos have more championships behind them than other handguns. You stayed on target. The compensated barrel in here definitely made a difference. I don't know that I could ever justify spending $4,300 on a handgun unless I was running the circuit, unless I was running 3 guns, unless I was just wealthy beyond all knowing. Doc, I'm just speechless by it. I mean, I really wish I could give it a quantifiable review, but I think that this is by far my favorite handgun I've ever fired. What you got?
The red dot on here, which is what I was trying to aim with instead of using the irons, it was dirty. I think the battery was probably dying in it. It wasn't the pristine example to use. That being said, I didn't shoot it as well as I did with the XL, and I didn't feel the premium difference with it, honestly. I felt the recoil was about the same, and again, that could have been me having to chase the red dot on this one versus the XL with just the irons on it, but I've got a red dot on my 26s. I shot the other red dot Staccatos just fine today, so I don't really think that was the problem. I don't see anything that would really justify the difference to me. The trigger didn't stand out as being significantly different. I mean, the trigger on the XL was already so good that the minuscule difference that might have been there does not stick in my head whatsoever. So I can't, overall, I can't justify the premiums over the XL on this, and these are already very expensive handguns.
So Doc, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to say that they're very well engineered handguns. You can definitely tell in the quality of the slide. The workmanship is there. It's evident throughout, from the grip all the way into slide manipulation. It's just, everything's flawless. Great handgun, not a starter handgun, and you definitely have to be committed with the price you're getting here. I mean, you could easily buy, I don't know, 4 or 5 Glocks for what some of these are going for.
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, compared to, and we have a video coming on this one, but compared to other premium handguns, I think this left a much more favorable impression, especially for the price of what you're putting into these compared to their direct competitors. I think you get more features with these. That being said, I'm not going to rush out and buy one of these. They're good guns, no doubt, but it's not one I'm going to be picking up anytime soon.
I'm going to buy one as soon as I figure out how to launder money from my wife and I's bank account. And I mean, I'm thinking going for the P, but if I can set up like a offshore account to start financing this thing, I think I'm going to go that way. Gotta get one.